Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland and
the Durbinator.
We also want to say, you notice this hat back here. Without a cause, we were just at their show last night.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Max is a great guy. He's the promoter of it. It really just, bottom line, we're going to try to go as many of their shows as possible. Support your local indie wrestling.
Yes, if you are in the Pacific Northwest, come check them out.
Yeah.
They're in Everett, Washington, so you don't have to drive anywhere inside Seattle, unless you have to drive north of Seattle, which I understand that.
Right.
But they're in Everett, and they're going to be having Shane Strickland at their next event.
And Shane,
DJZ's coming back.
Yep.
And of course, the Black Sheep, Dave Turner, Northwest wrestler.
That's right. And hopefully
he just had a match where he knocked out Darby Allin.
that was pretty cool. Yeah, you got to talk to Darby a little bit. But anyway,
Got to talk to DJZ a lot with
Yep.
the one unifying thing all of us Filipinos enjoy, lumpia.
you keep having to tell me what Lumpia is. But anyway, yes, this is a Raw Memphis review. This review will be kind of, I'm going to try to not rant too much, except the commentary team makes me want to fillet my skin with a rusty potato peeler. Corey Graves and Michael Cole are so goddamn bad at their jobs. They are so fucking awful. Cole especially. I know that Vince overproduces them.
Cole is trite. He's
bad.
vintage.
He's bad. And
Corey is working with the materials that are given, at least as far as I know, because, a lot of things are scripted. Like having to talk about glass every 5 minutes.
And that was really, really annoying. I mean, I guess
When does it come out in theaters? I forgot.
This Friday. You know what?
I need a reminder every 5 minutes.
We are going to have to remind ourselves every few minutes that it's happening. But seriously, I know that Vince overproduces.
Or your ass is glass.
Hopefully no one will smoke it.
What?
Ass is grass.
Oh, no.
I know.
I don't smoke ass. Are you kidding me?
I would hope not. But seriously, just the commentary. I know that Vince overproduces the commentary team. Vince cannot quit soon enough. Dunn cannot get thrown in a volcano soon enough. They are bad. Graves is not going to be Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan now is better than Graves will ever be.
No one will be Bobby Heenan. Not just because of the semantics of trying to be someone else.
Right.
But also because there's no one who could replicate Bobby Heenan. And Corey Graves is just... He's trying to be that color commentator because no one else in the company can do it.
And
that's on the main shows.
And he's forcing it, and it's bad. It is really bad. And they need to stop. They need to stop having them argue like high schoolers.
Yes, I can agree on that.
Let's get to the show. Vince had a big black limo, and Braun mentioning how he lost his Money in the Bank briefcase in the ring.
Yep.
And then Corbin says he will win the Rumble. That's adorable, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, Corbin.
I'm gonna win the Rumble.
Corbin, who lasted, I think, all of 4 minutes in the Rumble last year. Hey, this is a segment where it's like, okay.
I don't know why they're insistent on Baron Corbin. He's not an interesting talent. Not to take away from what ability he has, which is mid-card at best, but he's not good on the mic. He's not interesting to hear. He's not someone you like to boo. He's just there.
And
he's mediocre, and that's the worst thing to be as a wrestler.
He's been there.
If you're a bad wrestler, that's,
you're Nia.
Yeah.
And we'll get to her.
And you can boot them much more easily then.
With Corbin, he's been there for 5 goddamn years at least. At least featured on TV for about 5 years.
And what has he done that's left a mark?
A good mark. Yeah. Because he won...
Has he won a belt?
He won the U.S. title last year. And I forgot about that. Somebody had to remind me. The whole point is you have this thing going back and forth between Braun and Corbin, and then Braun chases him backstage. And he didn't, knock Cole off of the commentary table and off the stage, because that's what should have happened. Cole's an atrocious person on commentary. Not an atrocious person in real life. Elias is then singing because Braun can't find Corbin because he doesn't understand how things work.
Speaking of singing, you know what Braun Strowman's favorite band is?
I do not.
Well, at least his favorite album is Pink Floyd's The Wall, because obviously he doesn't like the Doors.
Because he ripped the door off the limo. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Do you get it?
Do you get it? And then Vince is upset at Braun. And Braun's comically trying to put the door...
To be fair, he did rip a door off of a limo.
He did. He also bashed the window open with a lead pipe. See, Goldberg? That's how you do it. You don't want to cut your arm up.
This is how you do it.
That song actually is somehow more relevant to Goldberg is now.
Mm.
So, yeah, that happened. And Braun gets kicked out of his match with Lesnar. I don't know why.
Okay. Probably because he butchered that promo last week.
Or he's injured.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be that Vince has cooled off on him, and they're actually listening to the fans and deciding to push someone else, and
we'll get to that in a bit.
Yes.
But you know they could have not cooled off on Braun if they hadn't fucked him over repeatedly.
Yeah.
And that's Vince's fault.
But we ain't got no time machines for that, so they gotta try something else.
And they can fuck that up too.
There's
Can you tell him a little bitter towards what WWE's doing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Ronda and Sasha versus Nia and Tamina. This will not take long. Because Nia was flying around the ring because she is the 300.5-ounce Samoan.
Yeah, she was very easy to throw, apparently.
And boy, Sasha's having...
I guess it is when you only weigh 19 pounds.
Yokozuna now could wrestle better than Nia.
He also weighs about 19 pounds.
Yoko's been dead since 2000, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
That's the joke.
I know. But no, some people may not know when he died. But yeah, Nia, Tamina tapped out to Ronda. It was what it was. It wasn't a bad match. The faces won. At least...
Wait, did you say Tamina tapped out to Nia?
Tamina tapped out to Ronda, I meant.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. I don't care.
I was like, wait, what?
Tap out and, yeah.
I hope after Sasha and Ronda settle thing up and somehow find a way to get rid of Nia.
Get rid of Nia and Tamina. Get rid of them. They'll win the first tag titles.
Yeah, probably.
Which we'll get to in a bit.
The Elimination Chamber.
By the way, a Glass promo. When is Glass coming out again?
Fuck, I forgot.
Friday, I think. Friday? We're going to have to remind ourselves of that.
Friday,
yes. You had a post-match promo. The Riot Squad somehow lost during this promo.
Yeah.
Charlie was all over the place. And eyeballing everyone.
Yep.
Bayley, Sasha, Natty, Ronda, and the Riot Squad are all backstage having a big schmoz.
And the Riot Squad somehow lost during the segment.
And then again, they say, find a partner, Natty and Bayley, and you can face us later. Okay.
Okay!
And the Revival face Grand Metalik and Kalisto. Thankfully, no Lucha House Party rules.
Thank fucking God.
The commentary team was arguing and not putting this thing over at all. Which, I know it's Kalisto.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Kalisto's actually good in the ring, but anyway.
And Grand Metalik.
And yeah, then you got Dorado. Fuck, I forgot who the hell the other one was.
Lindsay Dorado?
I like Lindsay Dorado.
The Golden Kitty Man? I'm a cat.
Careful when you Google that, by the way. So, yeah, all right. We cut backstage. While this tag match is going on, you're trying to have the Revival taken seriously. We cut backstage to No Way Jose, Apollo Crews, Hawkins, EC3. EC3 showed up in the line to Vince's office.
He stood there and smiled. He looked pretty for
Dasha. Dasha seemed happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy seeing Dasha.
Yeah, she was a little quiet. She's like, look at this mountain of man meat.
Oh, he has one of those.
That sounds uncomfortable for everyone.
The top dong %. So,
everybody shut up!
It only happens 8 9.
Yeah.
But Dasha, Dasha's interviewing people while this is going on. By the way, Apollo's there. So many people are there. This match is going on,
and you were there.
You had never seen before. Yeah, who are you? I saw you chasing Bart's ambulance. So while this is going on, this match is still happening. The Revival win, by the way, by cheating and knocking Metalik's foot off the rope when, his foot's on the rope, saying, oh, the injustices, this kind of stuff. And
hey, fair is fair.
I'm not saying anything.
The Revival's been screwed since they debuted.
Yeah. Well, they've been screwed since Raw 25. Because to be fair, injuries did undercut their stuff in 2017.
Yeah.
But then we get to Cena and Vince talking. And Cena said 20 years ago, so many people walked out. 20 years ago was 1999. I know banging that fake-titted bimbo cunt, for a few years, wrecked your ability to actually tell time, Cena. But seriously, it was 1999.
How about that wanting to be 17-time WWE champion?
Because
he wanted to fight Brock Lesnar for it. But Brock Lesnar is not the WWE champion.
This is true.
He is the Universal champion.
But Cena also
He's busy defending it in other galaxies.
Apparently.
All according to kayfabe news, at least.
But Cena has won some world titles also, so if we wanted to get into semantics. By the way, Ric Flair's actually won more like 22 world titles, so they should recognize that. Because Cena does not deserve to break that record.
And I think they agree.
He's going to at Mania 35. He's going to beat Daniel Bryan. That's what they're going to have happen. No, seriously. I bet you.
You're just mad because my Bella didn't leave me.
They would do that.
Oh, God, they would.
They would totally do that. You just wrote the storyline. But yeah, so they have this big old talk and everything, and then Drew's there, and Corbin's there, and Balor's there. And we have some promos. Balor in particular saying, you never believed in me. But they did. Those people did. Never mind. I'm not going to say that joke. But
they believed me, and the crowd blew up.
They did.
It was a massacre. I'm sorry.
What's Memphis? Who the hell cares?
Probably people from Memphis.
What, inbred? Sorry, people from Memphis, if you're watching this, but, I don't like Lawler, by the way, was backstage. You cheered for him. I don't care that he's your hometown hero. You don't deserve to have the Grizzlies ever win a game for that. Lawler's
Did the Grizzlies ever win a game?
Basketball team? Yeah, they made it in the playoffs a few times. But no, seriously, Lawler, Google Lawler scandals and you'll see what I mean. The guy's a freaking creep towards young women.
'Cause I'm a creep.
I'm a weirdo.
Yes, I know.
And I know. I walked into that one. We get a four-way, by the way. We get Balor, Drew, Corbin, so 3.5 way because Cena's also there. Yeah, so we get that tonight.
Yes.
But Balor first gets a match later. And we had an access...
Because Jinder Mahal approaches Vince McMahon backstage and he's like, hey, I want a match. And Vince is like, tell you what, if you be one of the guys, one of the 4 guys in the Fatal 4-Way, you can take his place. And so Jinder Mahal decides to pick the one guy he's concussed in the past, Finn Balor.
But the Access TV ad that
advertised promoting New Japan
and
women wrestling
during Raw.
Yes,
on the USA Network.
The cojones.
That was fabulous. By the way,
for the price of $9.99. I'm not sure how much it actually costs.
What Access or New Japan?
Access.
Access. I'm not sure. I think it depends on your cable package. New Japan, I think, depends on the value of the yen. But yeah. They kept showing Kenny Omega in the video packages. Kenny Omega will not be part of New Japan unless he suddenly resigns. He's going to AEW. But we get Bayley, Natty, and a mystery partner who is...
And she wants to play. It's Nikki Cross. And I am very fine.
Bullshit. You bullshit you are. They face the Riot Squad. I want you to... by the way, Cole at one point mentioned Ruber Riot. Cole, I hope you lose your voice.
Her brother Ruber Riot is in the crowd. My name's Ruben.
God, Cole, you are so bad at your job. Nikki...
What's your dad's name? Rupert.
Rupert Murdoch? No. Nikki...
Rupert Wright.
And Nikki wanted to play with all 3 of them. And went around and played and, drug Ruby down underneath the ring apron and then was beating her.
Yes. She did her usual tactic of dragging them between the skirt of the apron and the apron.
The apron and the ring.
Yes.
No one hit the apron because, as you know...
It was the hardest part of the ring.
It is, but it was a fine match. It was what it was.
Right.
Nikki Nikki set up the elbow drop for Bailey, and Bailey pinned Liv.
Yeah.
The Riot Squad lost again.
Yeah, and somehow lost again after that during that segment.
Yeah, lost again during when. But you know what? Good debut for Nikki, and they've emphasized that none of these NXT call-ups are exclusive to the brand. They're going to get to try out for a couple of them. So expect sometime right after, the Rumble for them to be established on the brands. Because then by then you're going to be on the show to WrestleMania.
Yeah, she makes sense to be put on SmackDown so that she can work alongside Sanity.
And so Sanity can be forgotten about again. Yeah. No, you're right, though.
And so at least they have something to do during the women's division matches.
But Sanity's so much better than that. By the way, I should emphasize, I am not going to be watching SmackDown Live tomorrow because I'm going to be working due to a schedule change. You will be reviewing it.
Yes.
And then you will probably put the 205 Live review up with NXT on Wednesdays because they're going to start showing 205 Live again right after SmackDown.
Yeah. I think I might just stick with my usual schedule. It makes things easier if it's just, on Wednesdays I take care of NXT and 205.
Oh, I see. You're just going to review SmackDown and say 205 Live for later.
Exactly.
Do not tag Durb in any 205 Live tweets until he gets a chance to watch them.
Yeah, I mean, all 2 matches that they usually show.
Yeah, but still. Anyway, let's get back to the thing. Lacey Evans was talking to Dana Brooke and Mickey backstage.
Yes.
And then we get a Dean Ambrose promo. They have fucking royally ruined Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be right. Jinder versus Balor. He was attacked before the bell, but he won. He beat Jinder. He did the thing.
Yes. And Jonn was thinking Finn's not going to win this. Not the Jinder match, but the Fatal 4-Way later.
Which I should know about booking here. They had a Leo promo, and moving on.
The Leo promo was... Okay, we'll move on then.
No. You do it. You like Leo. Go ahead. I'm just going to stare off into space.
Leo did actually a pretty solid promo on here with a much more serious tone. More in line with how he's changing his character in 205 Live as well, taking a less comical approach to his promos and actually being serious in his delivery. So, if this is the direction that Leo is taking, if he has to work with Bobby Lashley, it's much more appreciated than Lashley! And point at your fucking glutes. But anyway.
You see what I meant about the fact that he's got great ideas on how to book the 205 Live talent? So check out his 205 Live NXT reviews. He actually has good ideas on how to do that.
This is a much better version of Leo than we've been getting, even though that bar wasn't really high to begin with.
Because he himself is not very high.
His physical talent is incredible, it's just finding the right character for him is the difficult part.
He still sounds like a 12-year-old trying to be tough.
Sure.
But you're right. I hope you're right. It's going to take a lot to win me over with that idiot. But no, you came up with a good point. It was a different promo from him. Mm-hmm. Rollins mentions Ambrose's betrayal. Betraying 6 years of friendship.
My God, I wonder how that must feel. You say to Dean Ambrose?
Right. Lashley, Rollins, and Ambrose for the IC title.
Cue Seth Rollins saying to Dean Ambrose.
But this was a 3-way.
Oh
Leo did not get hammered nearly enough in this match for my liking.
This is a 4-way.
3-way.
What?
Leo was not in the match.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're on the last
IC title.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up.
No, it's okay. Lashley, Rollins, and
There's
Ambrose
a lot of
for the IC title.
multi-person matches tonight.
Yeah, there were a few too many, honestly. Kind of lazy booking. It was a good match for what it was. You had Ambrose and Rollins team up a bit here and there. Graves kept arguing with Renee, and I was hoping Renee would just break his goddamn nose. I mean, I'm sorry, but just...
Renee needs to start biting back at Corey because he does bring up the fact that, oh, hey, Din's your husband!
Or fucking bite his nose like Mad Dog Vachon would have.
Maybe not that.
It would teach Graves a lesson.
Getting bit in the nose is bad.
Yeah, Renee would probably get fired for that. But anyway, yeah, they need to stop having the commentary team argue like that, if I mentioned that. That happened. Oh, by the way, Lashley won. Lashley is the IC champion. And when he drops Leo, they might actually be able to have him taken seriously. They ruined him from the beginning. Not Leo.
But this is building to a different storyline. Dean and Seth are going to take their feud elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But Lashley, someone's got some unfinished business with him.
And that is
Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens tweeted soon after Lashley had won the belt with an updated username of soon-ish of him with his IC title.
Yeah. And you know what? One, this needs to end with Owens and Zayn eviscerating Leo. I mean, for all that he did. Well, especially with Owens, because Leo actually didn't come along while Zayn was there. But still, Zayn's got unfinished business with Lashley as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they butchered Lashley so much, and they didn't realize it. I mean,
I think as soon as Kevin Owens returns, Lashley's a transitional champion.
And I'm fine with that, but Lashley could have been a main eventer, and they made him a joke.
Yeah, they could have.
And they didn't. But Alexa's locker room, you wanted the Attitude Era back? Here's this bullshit.
Oh, hey, she has boobs because she is a woman.
And then we get a moment of bliss. Alexa does make one good announcement during this before Heyman made me want to fillet my skin once again. Women's tag titles.
And boy, howdy.
Those are nice looking titles.
Yeah.
And the champions will be crowned at the Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Which is good.
Make it a big deal. And they put actual fucking effort into the belts.
They're going to have the Bellas win the titles, aren't they?
No, they are not.
You know that they would be stupid enough to do it.
They would be stupid enough to do it, but they won't.
I hope not. Wonder who will win. Tweet in the or post in the comments or tweet to us who you think will be the first ever SmackDown or the first ever women's tag team champion.
Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah, true, but they should be feuding instead.
They should be.
But Heyman.
But they've never put on any classics.
No, none at all. Heyman. I don't care. I'm bored. Get Heyman a new client. Something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with this. And they've already wrecked Heavy Machinery. They already.
For those of you who don't know why Otis was acting like an idiot on Raw, it's been a running joke that they've been having on Twitter of him not knowing where the hell they're going to be going, whether Raw or SmackDown.
I have noticed that.
And Tucker Knight's kind of like restraining him on both Twitter and now on Raw.
I know that
they're establishing them as a comical tag team.
Which means they're probably going to be losing every match that they're in. And that's sad, because they're actually... Tucker is there, he's fine as a tag team wrestler. Otis is a jobber to the stars, unfortunately, which is sad.
Yeah, I mean, the two of them combined, they're not... I don't feel like they're main event material. They're great as a tag team.
Yeah, they're good as a tag team.
But Otis has personality for days.
He does, and until this moment, I hadn't actually realized he was from the Midwest. I thought he was from... I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, okay. But yeah, I'm worried they've already basically wrecked. First impressions are everything, and I was not very impressed. Even though I've seen Heavy Machinery plenty in NXT.
But now we get to the main event.
Drew, Cena, Corbin, and Balor. Corbin should have been chased by Braun out into traffic or something.
Well, Braun was escorted out by the police.
When has that stopped anybody from breaking in the building before?
I don't know. Somehow Enzo got in there.
Yeah, that's a good point. But bottom line is Corbin existed. Cena...
And then he was fired, and then somehow he managed to appear at Survivor Series.
Yeah, right? Yeah, how was it? Something like that. Drew looked pretty dominant. Balor managed to pin Cena clean.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, and Cena even put him over at the end. And that was good.
Yes.
And now I can't wait until Balor loses 7 minutes to Brock at the Royal Rumble.
I think he might just take it.
We'll get to our Rumble predictions next week, by the way.
Yes.
We will probably be... That might be some long predictions, so be prepared.
Long.
Yes. C, I guess. C.
Yeah, C's a fair grade.
Except for the commentary team. You guys
the matches were a mixture of good and great. The main event especially was great. The
women's matches.
Yeah.
Despite Nia existing still.
Mm-hmm. The promo work was a little off. The constant promos for Glass.
Commentary.
commercial breaks at the weirdest times, like during that Fatal 4-Way, Drew McIntyre was gearing up to give the Claymore kick, and then as he's gearing up, commercial break. Dononomics!
Yeah. See?
Yeah, see.
And?
But, if you see what I'm about to do, I'm about to point you to the poll. And you can grade as well.
That's right, and
You have 5 options. You have A, B, C, D, and F.
And there we go. I was tempted to give this a much lower grade, but match quality was better. Vince can't retire soon enough. The commentary team can't stop being ass soon enough.
Yep.
So, yeah, agree, disagree with what we said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle, thumbnail at the end of the video from this guy. It's been Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland and
The Durbinator.
And remember, SmackDown review solo by him tomorrow. I will not be watching because I'll be...
Solo.
See ya.
See ya.